Happy Sabbath, my YouTube family. Happy Sabbath. Okay, we are all sudden here in Sunderland, at this Sunderland SDA Church here in this community, because our dearly beloved pastor, Pastor Wallace, Pastor Andre Wallace, has passed. Got this sad news this morning in our church group. I am a little under the weather, so I wasn't planning to go to church, but when I look in the church group, I saw it, that Pastor Wallace has passed, and it hit me real hard. He's like a family to me. Why? Right, let me explain myself. He was a pastor here, and he didn't came and stay with us long. I think he stayed for 6 months, and the conference pulled him away from us and sent another pastor. But for the 6 months that Pastor Wallace was here in this community, I am telling you guys, it was like 6 years, because he was a down-to-earth pastor, and every Monday morning you could find him there in the vestry at our church, so community people could come to him, Adventist people would come to him. So whether you're Adventist, yes or not, once you have a problem, he's there every Monday morning, present himself from 9 o'clock right back till after 2 or 3, to be there to listen to any problems that you are facing with, and how best he can help you. Anything you have to say to him, he was there waiting every Monday morning. He's there, present himself there for anyone to come, for counseling, children are giving problem, anything at all. He always be there. And he's always here in the community, and in the week, same way, visiting. He not only visit the rich, but he visit everyone, whether you're Adventist, shut-ins, he's there, counseling, praying with you. I remember, sorry, a bike is passing. I remember I was here doing some housework, and my hands very dirty, and when I look, a car stop at the gate, and who came out of the car? Pastor Wallace and 2 other church brethren, and he came down to my house, and he said, "Hello, my sister, good afternoon." And I said, "Good afternoon, Pastor." And he said, "Give me your hand, let us shake it." I said, "No, Pastor, my hand's very dirty." He said, "Sister, give me your hand." I said, "Pastor, my hand's very dirty. I'm doing some hard work." And he said, "Sister, give me your hand." And I refused to give him my hand, but he straight and take my hand in his hand and shake it, right? And shake my daughter's hand also. And not even that, he prayed for us before he left. And when he left, I was saying to my daughter, "My God, what a pastor. He's a truly man of God. He's a servant of God, because my hands dirty, and I show him that they are dirty, and he still take it and shake it. And pray for us." And I'm telling you, he was humble. He set good example at church. He tried to arrange things, try to make it work. And he was just, I'm telling you guys, he was like a family to us. Everybody loved Pastor Wallace. And I don't remember how much years now, if it was just 2 years ago. If I'm wrong, someone will correct me. About 2 to 3 years ago, I heard that he was done. He was very ill, because I always go by the conference, and I would see him or on the street side walking, and he will just stop, wind down his glass, and say, "Hello, my sister, shake my hand. How are you?" We always like to shake your hand, And I was saying, "Oh, Pastor Wallace, remember me?" And he was just 6 months here with us. And after so many years, whenever he see you or wherever he see you, he's stopping. He's not going to drive past you. He's going to stop and shake your hands and ask, "How are you?" and so on and so forth. That's how he was. And we were talking about it, and then I heard that he's sick. And I said, "Pastor Wallace is sick?" "Yeah." And then the conference keep informing about him. And then he went and did a 14-hour surgery. He came down with cancer. Yes, so they did a surgery. They didn't go in for 14 hours, but because when they went in, they saw that the cancer damaged him real bad inside here. So they took 14 hours. and he was there, and they send we get information that he is recuperating, and he was in the hospital, and the video him send it out, and we all see it in the group where he's was talking and thanking everyone for prayers and so on. If prayers could let him get better, it would have been better, and if love could have helped him to get better, it would be a better man. He would get better and out again. So he was there in the hospital until he came out and was home, and he was there, and everything looked like it was okay, and he was back again at the conference working, and but they didn't allow him to preach, to shout out, because what he was saying, he wanted to do the preaching again, but he was still doing it in verse. And I think he preached one time, but he wasn't shouting, because I'm telling you that Pastor Wallace, when he preached, he touched you. Ever your pastor preaching and every thrill go from your head to your foot? Yeah. When he preached, when he shout out the word of God and he preach, you feel something from the head to the toe, man. Something just run through your body. Yeah, that's how it was until I went at the conference center to deal with something. I have an appointment there, and I was there in the waiting area. And when I look, that's Pastor Wallace came in with his 2 children, and he turned around and saw me and said, "Hi, my sister, how are you?" And I said, "Good afternoon, Pastor." And his children also say hello, and there was a man saying, Pastor Wallace, and he stopped. And the man was saying, "Pastor, may I beg you money, and he said, "Come." He was going upstairs and said, "Come with me." And he took the man upstairs and gave him the money. That man has 2 other persons, what they said they didn't have. Because were they waiting, and he was there, and he saw them, and he said, "Can I?" And they said they didn't have any. And he came in, and to think about it, that he spent a lot of money on his surgery and so on and so forth, to know that he didn't have it, but he went up and said, "Come and let us see if I find anything in the office there." And the man went with him and come down back, he gave him the money. You see, that's a good pastor. But when I look at him, you can see the sickness in his eyes. He was a stout person, and he took off a lot of weight, and you can see the tiredness and the sickness. And I was saying, may God heal him, Every morning and every evening I pray for Pastor Wallace. Up to last night I prayed for him, that God should restore him. But as we said, God knows best. So my condolences to his wife and his 2 children and all family members, May you all find comfort in the hands of God, in the arms of God, I cannot say rest in peace, Pastor Wallace, because he already dead. So I can say, sleep on, my brother, sleep on, my pastor. Take your rest until that great day when King Jesus shall put in his appearance. Yes, so I'm telling you, man, he was one of the best pastors that we have here. We have a lot of other pastors who was a good servant of God, great man who worked for God. We have Pastor Locke. He was a down-to-earth pastor also. Pastor Bygrave, down-to-earth pastor. And Pastor Sudlin, down-to-earth pastor. Those are the pastors that I can tell you about. But I'm telling you, Pastor Wallace, number 1 pastor, and Pastor Locke. Yeah, he used to come here and sit and talk with us, man. Sit on the little veranda there with my auntie when my auntie was alive, and really tell us I was eating out of a black Dutchie that cook on the wood fire, and I saw him coming and I run. And when I run inside, he came and he said, "Come here, sister, why are you running?" So me say, "Because me." He said, "No, don't be afraid. I used to eat out of black Dutch pot too. I am not rich. I grew up in a poor family. My background is very poor growing up. So when you see me coming, don't run. I am not here to judge, And from that, he always stop by and talk and laugh with us. So that's how God's servant should be. Not proud, not puffed up. They drive past so they don't even blow you, I was coming from church the other day when Pastor Sudlin was here, and walking down, and he come and stop at my feet and say, "Come in, sister, let her give you a lift." And I said, "No, Pastor, I'm just going right down there. Thank you so much." That's how pastor should be. You have some, then just drive past, then don't even blow you, and then just preach to you, But I'm telling you, here in my community, I can't give the pastor them that came here that bad name, you know. Two, but I won't call their name. Those two wasn't like that. There was not friendly pastors, but they didn't come and stay with us long, you know. So Pastor Wallace's wife is a down-to-earth person, and so she come and she sit beside you and she talk and she build a relationship with you, you know. Yeah, man. Wow, I know it's not easy. It's hard when you lost your loved ones, but God knows best, you know. God knows best. So help me pray for Pastor Wallace's wife, children, and his other family members, that they will be strong and find comfort in this time, you know. God knows everything. Well, Pastor Wallace, you have won the race. You have fight a good fight. You have done a lot for young people. You have set up program for them. You have encouraged a lot of young persons and elderly persons also. You did your best. When man on earth has done their best, angels in heaven will do the rest. Sleep on, Pastor Wallace, sleep on. You're all missed by us here in Sunderland community. And I know all the other churches that you went and pastor, you have been missed because you was an excellent down-to-earth pastor. You were a humble servant of God, very dedicated man of God. You was, yes. Everywhere you go, people can attest to that, you know. People can attest to that, but God knows best. Sometimes we wonder, we said, why did God have to let Pastor Wallace dead? Why he couldn't heal the cancer? Why? He wasn't here, was abroad. He was overseas getting treatment, but so that's how it is. So in this video, you will see a clip of his children, his daughter and his son, and his wife singing. That's Pastor Wallace's wife and his two children singing at a church. Yes, and you will see Pastor Wallace's picture in this video. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, tell me what you think about this good servant of God, the man of God. Sometimes they said, why good people have to die? That's how it is, you know. God put us here on earth for certain times. So if my time frame is for me to live till I'm 40, that's the time I must go. 50, 60, don't care what happened. All the sickness, all the bad things that happened to me, if God said that time for my daughter, he didn't set that time, I won't die. I will still live and live and live until God said, yes, it's time. So he knows from the day that Pastor Wallace born, God knows that this was going to happen to him. That's the age group he was going to die in, right? He was going to die from cancer. God knows everything, right? So we cannot question him. We have to just accept and move on. To God be all the glory and praise. Whatsoever God does, it is well done. God will always be done. And we cannot question him. We cannot go talk and pray to him and ask for strength. Peace out. Love you guys.
Every
every knee shall bend in reverence, his name ring out from every tongue. Every eye shall witness his wonder. Jesus, 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 the one who would govern the plan of salvation, would shoulder his cross up a hill. One voice alone that could honor the angels is silenced by his own will. One king suffered and gave his life, the power of death brought down. One life would challenge the limits of nature and rise with the victor's crown. Every knee shall bend in reverence, his name ring out from every tongue. Every eye shall witness his wonder. Jesus, 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 the one. Every knee shall bend in reverence, his name ring out from every tongue. Every eye shall witness his wonder. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus.